I have no complaints. My only complaint in life, and I tell this to all the musicians when I meet them, you're on the road, you're lonesome, you fall in love, you get married, here comes some children. All of a sudden, you have bills to pay, you have responsibility with children, and all of a sudden, you're almost out of the business. You're working and all of a sudden your wife that fell in love with you because you were so cute on the bandstand and you were the drummer and all the girls were waving at you, all of a sudden this drummer's getting ready to go to work somewhere on a Saturday night and the wife is saying, why do you always have to go to work? Well, somebody has to pay the bills. I'm raising a family. We're married. I have bills to pay. And unfortunately, it happens to an awful lot of young musicians, all instruments.
Right.
But drummers in particular, drummers have to learn that you love your mother and you love some of the women you fall in love with on the road. I mean, you know how many women throw themselves at Ringo? And I've got pictures of George Harrison on my wall. When I worked with George, the women that threw themselves at the Beatles, nobody had women throwing themselves more than anyone than the Beatles. And they talk about YouTube or all these major heavy metal groups, et cetera, and they were different kind of women. But the guys at the Beatles who are having all these women thrown at them, they truly want to be wives and lovers. And it turns out that eventually, if you're not one of the biggest stars in the world, it's going to fall apart. And it's really a shame. It's a pity. I always wanted to write a book on this, but then I decided I better shut up. Somebody's going to knock the hell out of me.
Well, Hal, I appreciate your time so much, Hal, and it was great to talk with you.
Listen, it's a pleasure. Anytime anything comes up, give me a holler. I'm happy to get back to you. Fortunately, I'm healing well. I'm out of the wheelchair, and I'm sitting in my little office. My daughter and her family moved in with me temporarily, although, I'm 86 years old now. So who knows how long Father Time is going to let me hang around.
But you know what, Hal? Your music is still going to hang around.
Well, that's true. That's very true. That I realize. And the legacy I'm leaving for my family is all the music. That's it. That's all I can leave them, and all the love I've got. And it's just my daughter, who's a sweetheart, Michelle, and her children. She has 7 of them.
Wow.
So,
hey, would you mind doing
they're really taking care of me right now. My son-in-law is the CEO of a computer conglomerate. My daughter couldn't be the nicest mother in the world. She cooks for me 3 times a day, insisting on me having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They're just wonderful people, and thank goodness they're taking care of me, and I didn't want that. But they insisted. They moved here from back east and moved in with me, and I'm grateful that they did.